Charissa Thompson, the famous sideline reporter, that sexy little blonde thing over there, she admits to just completely making up sideline reports. I don't know if you saw this.
What?
Yeah, she actually did an interview with Aaron Andrews 2 years ago on Aaron Andrews' podcast, and nobody paid attention to
girls
it.
Up.
Huh?
I mixed those up.
Yeah, well, they're basically clones of one another. So Charissa Thompson said on the Aaron Andrews podcast that sometimes the coaches, and they were kind of talking about it from a position of like, men don't take women seriously and they don't take their job seriously. So then they went and gave a perfect example of why men should not take them or their job seriously and said, sometimes the coaches won't talk to us. So I know if I say things like, hey, we can't turn the ball over and we got to be better on third down, like every coach always says, there's no coach that's going to say that they didn't say that. So instead of just saying, hey, guys, I didn't get a report, that's what I'll say. I'll say we can't turn the ball over. We got to play better defense and we got to be better on third downs, like every other coach says. And she was asked about it by Dan Katz on Big Cat's podcast this weekend, and she admitted to it. She copped to it. She said, yeah, and everybody does it.
I've said this before, so I haven't been fired for saying it, but I'll say it again. I would make up the report sometimes because the coach wouldn't come out at halftime, or it was too late, and I was like, I didn't want to screw up the report, so I was like, I'm just going to make this up because first of all, no coach is going to get mad if I say, hey, we need to stop hurting ourselves. We need to be better on third down. We need to stop turning the ball
Pressure
over.
the quarterback.
Exactly. and do a better job of getting off the field. Like, they're not going to correct me on that.
Right.
So I'm like, it's fine. I'll just make up the report.
Yes. Awful announcing reports. Now, this has gotten everybody that's in the sideline reporting community up in arms, talking about, I don't do that. She doesn't speak for everybody. It's hard enough for women in this business, blah, 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 blah. She says it's a common practice for all sideline reporters. Most coaches don't seem enthused with their in-game media obligations. So they probably don't mind when Thompson or other sideline reporters do it for them. But what about the sideline reporters who haven't made up a report? Do they blah, 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 blah. So Amazon, where Thompson currently works as a host of Prime Video's Thursday Night Football, said they will address it on air this coming Thursday. She's like, and then they're running defense and saying that hasn't happened. It happened 15 years ago, and she was reprimanded for it when it happened. So what are your thoughts on that, Mick? What are your thoughts on, as an avid football fan, what are your thoughts on the sideline reporters making up their reports?
I guess it kind of makes sense to me. They're not going to be like, well, I tried.
This motherfucker ain't talking. Back to you, Bill.
They want to look bad in that way, and they don't want to have nothing to say. This is their moment. You know what I mean? So they're gonna. I'm really not surprised by it. I don't like it. Obviously, you guys, like you and me, we like the keeping it real. Mm-hmm. Maybe it would have been, you know what I mean? If they were like, yeah, he didn't talk to me, and I get why he was not talking to me, because he's got bigger problems. The team stinks, or you know what I mean? Like, that defense is like Swiss cheese, so they got to go clog those holes, go plug those holes. You know what I mean? If they did, kind of keep it real, I thought it'd be cool.
Yeah, like
here's out there right now.
They talk to Bill Belichick in the beginning of the second half. Like, what are you going to do in the second half, coach? I'm going to go out back and shoot my quarterback in the head so I can get somebody who can actually read his own defense.
Yeah.
It does make you wonder, though, how much of everything else is completely made up. Like, how much of the stuff, especially as a gambling man, how much of this shit is completely made up? How much of the pregame stuff are they making up? And also, why don't we just get rid of these sideline reporters completely? Just mic up the players, and I'll do pay-per-view to mic up the players. I want to, like, you can't have it both ways, guys. You can't give us just a little nibble. You can't give us a little nibble of trying to get these guys to say something that you think we want to hear when they've all been coached on how to talk without saying anything, right? They don't want to give anything away.
I think it's a great idea there should be a package where all the players and all the sports are mic'd up, and you can watch that, but it be very expensive.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, make it worth your while. Make it worth your while. Make it $100, $200 a game. But then when the Yankees Red Sox on, you're buying that program.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want the full dugout package. Let me hear the chirps. Let me hear let me hear Kevin Millar trying to chirp Derek Jeter about having herpes. 100%. I want it all. I want it, but I don't know if you saw what happened with Portnoy. He's going to sue the NFL because Joe Burrow apparently had a thumb injury before this game that didn't get on the injury report. And obviously, as you saw, Joe Burrow didn't make it out of the first half. And that's a big one. If you're going to do gambling, huh?
Done for the season.
Yeah, the wrist, right?
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, done. Tore ligaments.
Oh, toward the ligaments in the wrist.
Yeah.
That's brutal,
done.
Man.
Done
Brutal.
for the year.
Brutal. Portnoy says he lost
Not even just
$100,000
figuring
on
it
that
out.
game last night.
No.
$100,000.
He's gonna actually sue.
Yeah, who knows if he does or he doesn't. He's just
So
if I lost $100,000 on a guy getting injured, I'd be pretty pissy too.
Sure.
So it got me thinking, man, about sports media. Why don't we have sideline reporters in between fights, like in between the rounds? I would love to hear a fighter coming out of the first round have to talk for 30 seconds to a sideline reporter. What'd you think about that round, Bill? Well, I got punched in the head a lot, and I really don't want to talk right now. But imagine what Sean Strickland would have to say in between rounds. What do you think? Do a little hot mic on fighters in between the rounds.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely putting it all into the entertainment thing. You know what I mean? That's really going all entertainment. I think it makes it fun. You do that in any part, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of other ways you could do it. Like, do you go and interview the pitcher right before he's gonna throw his perfect game or his
like walking out to the ninth inning? Can I do my warm-up pitches, please? Yes, but first.
Yeah. You know what I mean?